Bring home the beef this October at the new Lloydminster Nissan. Finance any new vehicle with the new Lloydminster Nissan, and you'll get a quarter of beef at Diamond 7 Meats for free. Selection is at its best at the new Lloydminster Nissan with an amazing lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs, like the incredible Nissan Pathfinder and very popular Nissan Rogue. Finance a new Nissan Frontier and fill your freezer this winter. Bring home a new Nissan and bring home the beef only at the new Lloydminster Nissan. Now on Highway 17 South. The new Lloydminster Nissan. We won't sell you a car, we'll help you buy one.
Local people. Local news and events. Local sports. Local matters. For all things Lloydminster area, this is Live with Kurt Price.
Well, we're on the road today, back at the new Lloydminster Nissan, now located on Highway 17 South. And for the month of October, you can purchase a new vehicle, finance that vehicle with the new Lloydminster Nissan, and get a free quarter of beef from Diamond 7 Meats. Plus, with the cold weather finally here, you can get winter ready in our service department with 25% off wheel alignment, 15% off battery maintainers and in-cabin heaters, plus get a winter inspection, block heater, and coolant test for just $19.99, only at the new Lloydminster Nissan. Well, we're here at the Legacy Centre to talk about a new production with the Lloydminster Little Theatre Players, who present a dark comedy beginning this Thursday night and running through the weekend called Sinners. And we'll give you kind of an inside peek at what Sinners is like. And you may remember this is the crew that put on How Could You Mrs. Dick last year and wowed the audience. It's not just a name, it is Superior Water. Superior Water has 2 locations in Lloydminster, and they're open on Sundays to make filling your big blue jugs a whole lot quicker and a whole lot easier. And if you want great tasting water right from your tap, call Superior Water and ask about their under the sink reverse osmosis systems. 780-875-6636. I drink Superior Water because I like Superior Water, I like the taste of it, and I believe it is Superior Water. Open on 57th Avenue, Monday to Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturdays and Sundays, 10 to 5. Plus, of course, they have a coin-operated location right by 7-Eleven, just off Highway 17 South. Well, nominations are currently open for Cupcakes for Caregivers. Last week, we delivered a dozen gorgeous cupcakes from Sobeys here in Lloydminster to Leanne Taylor for her work in the healthcare field for over 30 years and taking care of her daughter through her cancer treatments, and for remaining a volunteer to this day with the Olive Tree. Now, you can nominate a nurse, you can nominate a doctor, you can nominate someone closer to you that maybe takes care of you or takes care of your parents or your grandparents or a thoughtful neighbor. Just send an email to livewithkurtprice@gmail.com. We're proud to partner with the Lloydminster United Way and Sobeys to deliver a dozen cupcakes to caregivers that go the extra mile. So check us out. If you haven't, you can find us on Live with Kurt Price on the Facebook page, and all the details are there on how to nominate. And we've got a dozen gorgeous cupcakes that are custom made for the caregivers. Well, this Saturday, October 26th, is Poppy Day, and plenty of Legion members, including myself, will be out selling poppies by donation. I'm always proud to wear my poppy, of course, and I certainly encourage you to put on a poppy. This spring, you can honor our country and our soldiers' sacrifice in World War I and World War II by joining Heather Clagus Price, and myself on a trip to Europe to see war memorials, battlefields, and museums. And we're going to start in Amsterdam. We'll visit Groesbeek, the Canadian War Cemetery just outside of Amsterdam. We'll also tour a concentration camp. We'll travel through Brussels and into France to see Dunkirk, Vimy Ridge, and on June 6th, we will be at Normandy. We will walk the beaches of Normandy, including Juno Beach. Go to lamberttravel.ca today to see the whole trip. And it's a trip that we've custom designed. So you can also call Lambert Travel if you have any questions, 780-875-4414. And I hope this Saturday that we'll see you out. You'll pick up a poppy. Lots of spooky stuff happening this weekend as we get closer and closer to Halloween. Friday and Saturday night, Weaver Park will transform into a haunted park with tickets available to support the Synovus Energy Hub. Tickets are $15, and you can book a time by going to lloydminster.ca. And Don Bowie said it will be done tastefully, but expect a whole lot of scares throughout the park.
It probably, I would estimate, about 60% of the park. So primarily the shelter belt, the Weaver House, and the implement shed, if you're, unfamiliar with it. So a pretty big chunk.
Now, Saturday afternoon from 1 to 5 at Weaver Park is a not-so-scary time. That's the Halloween Harvest in support of the Synovus Energy Hub. Go to lloydminster.ca to purchase your tickets there. Kids 2 to 6 are free. Students $10, and for adults it's $15. And the haunted house will be a whole lot brighter, and Don Bowie says there will also be a whole lot of events for the kids, including a costume contest.
So we have a bunch of crafts for the kids. We're going to have like a pumpkin patch, with pumpkin painting. We're going to have some other crafts, but also, a costume contest for the kids. For adults, we are not encouraging costumes, unfortunately, just because the staff there for the event will all be costumes.
I saw Don yesterday at the trunk or treat. He said to make sure the kids come out around 3 o'clock for that costume contest. Saturday afternoon is also the first day of the Border Paws Animal Shelter's Halloween Haunted House. That will run daily from Saturday to Tuesday with family-friendly times and sensory times from 1 to 3, and then regular haunted tours from 7 to 9. And admission is a minimum donation of $2. Lloydminster Exhibition's Chase the Ace is really starting to add up, and while the deck is getting smaller and smaller. Tomorrow night's draw for the Ace has a jackpot of over $85,000 already, and the deck has 24 cards remaining. Tickets are $10 each. You can purchase 3 different ways, including by sending an e-transfer to chasetheace at lloydex.com, and make sure you include the password CTA2024 and your name, your phone number, your email address. Go to lloydminster.com. You'll find all the details right there. Oh, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we are going to meet the director and the cast of Sinners. And I've seen some of the costumes, and I got a lot of questions, so we'll do that next.
At Lloydminster and District Co-op, membership matters more. Because being part of a co-op means you're connected to something bigger than yourself. From long-held legacy by those who built our communities, to people you call family, friends, and neighbors. When you're a Lloyd Co-op member, you're an owner in a local business that prides itself on purpose alongside profit. You earn cash back, you help support causes that matter most, and you're building a better way of life for the next generation. Membership matters more.
How can you help support the oil and gas industry and jobs in Western Canada? The answer is closer than you think. Sell your scrap metals to PWM Steel. PWM sells scrap iron to Evraz, located in Regina. Evraz's #1 customer is the energy sector, building pipes and plates for the oil and gas industry. PWM Steel is your locally owned metal recycler and steel service center in the area. Plus, they're a strong supporter of the community. PWM Steel, your top steel supplier for Alberta and Saskatchewan for 40 years.
At Jason Arden Associates Cooperators, we're proud to be a top-rated local insurance company that offers flexible solutions and expert advice for all your insurance and investment needs. We'll work with you to tailor your insurance specific to your needs, and we offer investment advice that always puts you first. At Cooperators, one of our core values is to give back to the communities that we live in. Thanks to the support of our clients in Lloydminster and area, in 2023, Jason Arden Associates has donated $40,000 to local nonprofits, charities, students, athletes, and other special events. How does your insurance company support our community?
It's more than just taxes at LNA CPA. Assurance, accounting, retirement planning, estate planning, business consulting, financial consulting, farm program support, and bookkeeping. But yes, there is always taxes. The team at LNA CPA is committed to helping you achieve your best results and will be there to assist you every step of the way. LNA CPA, with offices in Provost, Vermilion, and Lloydminster.
Welcome back. We're at the Legacy Center today. I want to tell you about BioClean Disaster Services. They are committed, certified, reliable, and they'll help you get your life back. BioClean Disaster Services is Lloydminster's local restoration company. They're also Lloydminster's largest restoration company. And what does that mean? Help you get your life back? Well, get you back into your home or your business as quick as possible, but also keep you up to date along the way. what they're doing and why they're doing it. They know that you have questions, and they will keep you up to date right along the way while they're taking care of your property and taking care of your belongings. 1-833-246-8326. Well, we really appreciate you joining us here today at the Legacy Center. We've got the cast here of Sinners, and once again, it's the Lloydminster Theatre Group, the Lloydminster Little Theatre Players, that are putting this this show on. And we've got Cornelius Cron here sitting beside me. We've got Matt Newman, of course, and we're going to meet the whole crew here. But my first question for Cornelius, because I remember doing this interview last year, and I came in and I said to him, is it as good as How Could You Mrs. Dick? Because I really, really enjoyed How Could You Mrs. Dick. I couldn't remember the name of it when I came in. You said to me last year, which one we did last, because I know you do multiple ones. I said, the one with the baby in the suitcase. So that kind of says it all a little bit about How Could You Mrs. Dick. But I thought you guys were fantastic last year. I recommend anybody come out and see this year's play, because I'm really looking forward to it again. Is it as good?
Absolutely, yeah. It is different. It is a dark comedy this time, so we still have, a little bit of murder, death involved, but it is a comedy this time. It's a farce, so you're going to get a little bit of your Halloween kicks in, and you're also going to laugh a lot.
Okay, so I kind of introduced Matt, but maybe we could go to the back, and I know most of these guys here, I think I recognize them all, actually, but maybe we'll get them just to introduce themselves.
My name is Sarah Hawkrich, and I play Monica Lloyd.
My name is Jeremy Kerr, and I play Roy, the sheriff.
My name's Brandon Martell, and I'm the stage manager, so you won't be seeing me, unfortunately.
Hopefully you won't see you. That's something, yeah.
Right, yeah.
My name's Jay Barr, and I'm playing the minister, and I have a great time with it, yeah.
I'm Dana Wojtowicz, and I'm playing Diane Gillis.
Okay, fantastic. Everybody here was in the play last year.
No. Sarah's first time on stage was in the spring, so she was with us. She was with us for Barefoot in the Park, but this is her first time with these people. But I've worked with all of these people in some. Actually, almost all of them were in How Could You Mrs. Dick?
Yeah. So tell us about picking the play. Like you mentioned that it's a comedy, and I've watched. Will I give too much away if I say tying up? Someone get tied up.
No, you're good with that. Yeah, we're just not sure why they're getting tied up.
Okay,
so we haven't given that one away.
Somebody get tied up. Okay.
So choosing the play, we knew we were doing end of October again, so we wanted to hit that dark part of Halloween. We also wanted a comedy because we love making people laugh, so that's why we chose that play. It's a play that I was familiar with because I was actually in the play 20 years ago, and so it was just a playwright that I've enjoyed working on his work, and that's why we chose it. A couple different factors. Canadian playwright, yeah, that's right.
Well, last year had to be a Canadian playwright too.
Absolutely, he was. Yeah,
kind of a true story there. So.
That's correct.
How often do you guys meet to rehearse? And I know we're taking up some of your time today, so I really appreciate it.
Well, not often enough if we ask the cast, and too much if we ask our spouses. So we tend to meet about 3 nights a week for anywhere from 2 to 3 hours each time that we meet.
Now, I watched you put the stage up today. It took like 20-25 minutes to put the stage up today, and it's kind of complicated to put this thing up. You guys have really gone all out. Have you done all this yourself? Who's helped you with the...
The initial idea was mine in terms of the set design, but we have Matt, who is very, very handy, as well as our friend Stuart, who is just a genius with wood and nails and paint.
Well, it looks absolutely fantastic. I think everybody's in for a treat. Can you give us a little bit of what the plot would be without giving too much away?
Absolutely. So, Peter, played by Matt, has come over to his lover's house for the very, very first time. She, unfortunately, she is married, and so that adds a complication. And then the husband arrives home, which adds a further complication. And from there, the dominoes start falling, and the complications start getting funnier and funnier.
So would you guys mind telling us a little bit about your characters? Could we do that? Could we go around? You could just tell us a little bit about each character?
So I play Peter Kramer, and as Cornelius said, I'm a furniture salesman and repairman, recently widowed, like recent 4 years, and have found companionship in someone. Unfortunately, that someone is married. So we're sneaking around a little bit, and unfortunately, yes, get caught.
Now you're wearing your costume too. We should point
I'm wearing,
out.
yeah, part of my costume. Part of my costume. Yeah, you betcha. So.
Yeah. So what era does this take place in?
We have set it in the 1990s just because cell phones kind of complicate things, and cell phones really date you, and they're not good when it comes to scripts. So we had a little bit of fun with costumes, with the colors. So we set it in the 1990s just because we needed an actual landline phone as part of the script.
Okay. Now, Sarah, could you tell us a little bit about your character? I think we know where we're going with this.
Certainly. I've been having a lot of fun with this one. So Monica is married, but I'm also learning Monica is a woman that she goes after what she wants, and she doesn't really care what happens, and she's going to take care of anything that gets in her way. She's going to get what she wants.
Now, is the sheriff the only one that's not a sinner here?
Well,
Kurt, I say this in all seriousness. When have you ever heard of a police officer being corrupt?
Well, that's exactly what I thought. Yeah. So for your character, is that all you want to say? Is that the most you could probably say about the sheriff then? I don't want to give too much.
Well, we did allude to possible deaths, and so obviously you would report that.
You have
and so there's some consequences there as well.
Somebody has to hold these people accountable.
That's right.
Okay. And now, you might be the opposite.
Yes, we were just talking about this earlier, that we could not be on more opposite ends of the spectrum right now. Yeah. So speaking of people, keeping people in line, that's probably what my character is trying her very hardest to do. She is in a bit of a jam herself and has a bit of some life issues going on, and she's seeking some guidance. In the meantime, stumbling upon other people's mistakes and things and indiscretions. And trying to keep everybody in line.
And Jay?
Well, I play the minister in this one, so I'm kind of trying to keep the straight line in with everybody. It's a killer role. But you know, I
don't say too much.
Careful.
Yeah.
No, Jay's great. Jay is not going to say too much.
Okay. No, I have very little to say with this one.
That's right.
Okay, all right. Now, the minister, that's interesting because I mentioned someone got tied up. He was the one that seemed to know how to do the knots.
Coincidentally, his name is actually Reverend Lloyd, which is just a hilarious little coincidence that we found as we were going through the script.
It really ties it in nicely, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Now, tell us about the Little Theatre Group Players.
Yeah, so Lloydminster Little Theatre Players has been around in this version for about 7 years. We've done shows. COVID obviously struck did some damage in terms of building up an audience and performing for people. And what we're trying to do is build some more momentum. 2 years ago, we did one show, and then last fall we did How Could You Mrs. Dick, and then we did Barefoot in the Park in the spring, which was the fundraiser for the Legacy Center, and then we're doing this. So that's 3 shows in within 365 days. So we're trying to build some momentum, getting more people out, getting them interested in local theater.
You told me you actually choose the production, the play, before you cast it.
Absolutely, yeah. There were, Matt has directed as well, and so when you read the script, you're kind of like, okay, do I know enough people to actually cast the show? And it's not that you choose it with people in mind, but there's definitely people sitting back there that when I was reading, I was like, oh, I hope they come to auditions. I hope they show up because this would be a great part for them.
So Matt, what keeps you doing this all the time?
It's a bit of an addiction for me, actually. I love the live theater. I love being on stage. I actually love directing more, probably. I like seeing theater grow in this community anyway. I'd love to see the theater grow and do 3 or 4 shows a year. I just like, I guess, acting out with all these people. Yeah.
Have you had where's this play rank when it comes to what you've done in the past for favorites?
Oh.
So I did a line count before I cast the show, and there's one actor who has very few lines, and then a couple more, and then a couple more, and then Sarah, who would be the female lead, has about 300 or so, and then Matt has 521.
Wow.
So he is nonstop go 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 go. So I'm not sure if this is his favorite in terms of lines, but it's definitely up there in terms of lines.
Yeah.
Maybe we could just go around in the back and you could tell us like your history and why you keep doing this.
Oh, me again. Thank you. Thank you. So in the spring, I had auditioned for Barefoot in the Park.
Was that your first time?
That was my first time since high school. So some years ago. And so I just thought I would put myself out there. I've been growing in my confidence and my abilities and in myself. And also my children are growing up, and I feel like I need more of a hobby, and so I was cast as the mother in Barefoot in the Park, and I absolutely loved it, and I loved this theater group and this community. It really is, it feels like a family, and I had so much fun with it that when I was told that there would be a fall play, I said for sure I would audition, and again, I'm so glad I did.
Who's next? Who wants to go next?
I always enjoyed, I just always enjoyed the acting itself, but it's probably the whole rehearsal process and the people you get to know and the friendships you build with it.
Really?
That then it gets over, and at first you're like, oh, well, that was great, and then you go, oh, and I don't get to see these people again for a while because everybody's got lives. So, after about 2 weeks, you're going, I miss hanging out with those people. So for me, that's probably the biggest part of it.
I love that answer. That's a great answer.
There's the one great word about community theater is the word community. And really, when we're putting on a play, because we're, again, together so often, it really does become a community. So that's an excellent point.
So, Stuart, you probably have the less stressful job, right?
Brandon.
Oh,
Yeah,
Brandon,
I'm
sorry.
not-
Yeah, Brandon.
I didn't make any of this, no. I'm not that skilled. But,
It was Stuart that did
Stuart
this.
is-
Oh,
is
yeah, I got
helpful.
him mixed
Yeah,
up. I
no worries.
apologize, Brandon. But how stressful do you find it? Because you don't have any lines to memorize.
enough to memorize otherwise.
Technically, I think he has to memorize every line in the play just to make sure that we all get them right.
Okay.
No. Yeah, I got a book with me. That's one thing I got going for me. So these guys don't got that.
What keeps you doing it? What do you love? What do you enjoy about it?
Well, these two pretty much summed it up. But to add on it, I think just putting something together and just having people come see it, that's a big thing. Like after a show's done and over, you get to step back and say, wow, I helped put that together.
Jay, how about you?
Well, kind of like Matt, I've got the bug, so I just really, really enjoy theater, and I'll do pretty much whatever role I get asked to do. This one's kind of one of those like, oh, okay, not quite as big as what I'm used to, but all right. And for the last one with Barefoot in the Park, Matt messaged me and said, hey, we need someone to do backstage, so I jumped at that. It really is getting to see the people and getting to know them. It's really just a lot of fun.
I don't think there's much left for me to say, but I would say along the lines with Matt and Jay, it's super fun to be able to get on stage and pretend you're somebody else for a little while, make people laugh if you can, and have a good time. And then in the meantime, you're getting to hang out with a really great group of people a few times a week, so it's total blast all around.
Cornelius, do you prefer a bigger cast? Smaller cast sounds easier, but
I don't know. I've never really compared them that way. So with less actors, but it's the same 2 hours that you're trying to entertain people with. it's still a challenge. So what I love doing is coming up with ideas and then having the actors go, yeah, but what about this? What about that? And it really is, it's a teamwork, it's a collaborative effort in creating what we have created. And as Brandon said, it's temporary. Like it's here and it's live and then it's gone. And so I really like that about theater. People are always like, oh, you should videotape it. And while it would be good to videotape it, to watch it.
And archive it.
Part of what makes theater special is the fact that it's not recorded. It's here and you have to be here to get it, and then it's gone. So.
And it's different every night.
Yeah.
It's different every night. Like, the audience makes a difference. If the audience is into it, we are into it more, and we just feed off that energy. And, something happens, like a glass falls or chair shifts or something, and you just have to work with it, right? Fire alarm goes off. Fire alarm goes off, yeah. Barefoot in the park. So it really is a neat experience and you could come out all 4 days and see 4 potentially different shows, right? I mean, the words are there, the themes are all there and everything else, but I mean, one little slip up, someone falls off the bed, you got a different show that night. So it's really fun. It's really
Someone
fun.
falls off the bed.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned tied up, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we'll kind of put the cast on the spot and ask about Cornelius's directing skills. And we'll also get the details on how you can get a seat at this Sinners production Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We'll go over the times with you in just a moment. Be right back.
At Diamond 7 Meats, we work with local farm families to provide a high-quality product and a great selection for you. Try our mouth-watering smokies, pulled pork, roast beef, and more, made pure and natural with no additives or fillers. We offer custom processing, and our experienced team works for you to provide a selection of sausage, burgers, and jerkies made to your specifications. Take your grilling to the next level with a Yoder smoker. Complete the grilling experience with Canadian-made, award-winning line of House of Q barbecue sauces. We're locally owned and operated, and we look forward to seeing you today.
I'm Brian Zinchuk of PipelineOnline.ca. I used to be a pipeliner, and I've spent the last 15 years reporting on energy in Saskatchewan. PipelineOnline.ca provides comprehensive coverage of light oil, heavy oil, lithium, helium, power production including coal, wind, solar, geothermal, natural gas, and nuclear. There's a lot happening in Saskatchewan's energy sector, and Pipeline Online is there for all of it. No one else comes even close.
At CK McKean Roofing, they understand what it took to put that roof over your head for your family. With over 20 years of experience under their belt, they strive to show you that with their workmanship and their integrity. Not all roofing companies are created equal, and that's why CK McKean Roofing encourages you to focus on your most important investments, your home and your family. CK McKean Roofing. Roofers do it on top.
At Synergy Credit Union, we're more than just a financial institution. We're your partners in every step of your journey. From supporting local businesses to enhancing community life, we're committed to making a difference. Join us in shaping a brighter future. Together, we thrive, because this is Synergy.
Welcome to Care Freedom Living. Welcome to Wellings of Lloydminster. Wellings is a 55 and over active community with gorgeous 1- and 2-bedroom villas. And if you haven't called Darlene and had a walk through one of their villas, you really should. Whether you're looking for a 1- or 2-bedroom villa, they're absolutely gorgeous. And you can also choose between a high ceiling and a low ceiling. And those 2-bedroom villas, they also have garages here in Lloydminster as well. Not only do you have the room in your own villa, but they're also building a gorgeous clubhouse that will unite the community. 780-872-8537. They're doing that landscaping right now for that beautiful clubhouse that they're building. They're also putting in pickleball courts. So for more information, call Wellings of Lloydminster. If you're looking for more freedom, or maybe your health is starting to become a concern, call Darlene. She'll walk you through their easy leases. 780-872-8537. That's Wellings of Lloydminster. Well, it's great to be here with the cast of Sinners, which starts on Thursday. What time are the productions, Cornelius?
So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we have evening productions, so 7 o'clock, and we will wrap things up just after 9 o'clock. And then our Sunday show is at 2 o'clock. They're all theater seating, so you come, you pay your $30, and you can choose where to sit.
Snacks available?
We often have some snacks and some little refreshments as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. I just put it out there. I think I had last year.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely did.
So let's talk about Cornelius as a director. I'm curious, like how much, because he mentioned how he loves your guys' input.
Great.
How much input does Cornelius have, and what's it like to work with him?
And I get to start? Oh, wow. Awesome.
Okay.
No, Cornelius is great. Like, he comes in with a definite vision. And as a director, you need to have that. You have to have a vision of where you want the show to go. Now, along the way, he's absolutely open to ideas, right? You know, if we have a suggestion, oh, let's try this, or can we try this here? And we'll try it. It either fits with his vision or doesn't fit with his vision, or enhances his vision, right? And that's the one great thing I like about directing, and Cornelius as well, is that it's a collaborative effort, and so we can't make the perfect show with just one vision, but if we as a group work together, it becomes a fantastic show.
Does anyone want to add anything?
Yeah, when Cornelius is giving you directions, make sure you write them down in pencil. He will be changing his mind. So yeah, pencil for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
it definitely happens. You need to write your things down in pencil only.
Yeah.
Brandon, how much work do you have with Cornelius? How much do you guys have to communicate with each other?
We communicate quite a lot, actually. You know, I'm pretty much his right-hand man, so he tells me to jump, and I ask him how high.
And then he jumps that high, so that's perfect.
I don't always jump high enough, but I still jump.
Same as all the students, right?
Oh, yes, I wish.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a very easygoing, chill guy to work with. I enjoy it.
Does anybody want to add anything about Cornelius? Now's your chance. Sarah?
Oh, Sarah.
I just want to echo Matt's sentiments that Cornelius is an incredible director, but also very open-minded, and just the sense of humor in the man. I love being able to just speak in TV and movie and old Showtime references, and he absolutely gets it. He's just got this great sense of humor, and I think that we're all able to get along with him, and he's just a great guy.
Sounds like an old soul. How long have you been doing this?
Oh, I mean, I remember elementary school, doing shows in elementary school, you know, we're acting on stage with the teacher telling you what to do, and then high school drama class, and then my community theater back in Ontario, where I'm from, and then once I moved to Lloyd, it was one of the first things that I sought out 20 years ago when we moved to Lloyd, was what's community theater like here?
Matt, how long have you been doing this?
Actually, not nearly as long as Cornelius. I did a couple of plays like in junior high, just high school, have to get involved type thing. And then I actually took a long hiatus and then started about 2009. I got back into it as an adult. So and I've been involved ever since, building sets, acting, directing, yeah. Whatever I can do, whatever I can contribute, just like Jay. If someone asks me to, you know, whatever it is, yep, I'll do lighting, sound, whatever it happens to be. So.
You know, 3 productions a year, Cornelius. What does that say about the community and the quality of actors that we have here?
Well,
and I should say actresses. I'll say actresses too, but I know they're actors.
Well, actor with an OR.
Yeah, that's right.
That's how I say it. So, we have fantastic people in the community who are amazing supporters of the performing arts. We have the actors, we have costumers, we have Catherine Edwards with Center Stage Studios. Like, the arts are alive in Lloydminster. We would just love to have more people come and experience the arts, and I think it can grow. I think it adds to the quality quality of life in Lloydminster, and it gives you something to do, whether you're in the audience or whether you're on the stage.
Well, it certainly has improved. I mean, I've been here since 1991, and I think the arts have come a long, long way. What does someone do, Cornelius, if they come check out the Sinners, and they say, you know what, I might be interested in doing this next time you do it? How do you get involved?
So the easiest way is to follow us on social media, because we'll post our auditions, we'll post our information, so Facebook, Instagram. We have a website as well, LloydminsterLittleTheatre.com, that people can find information out. They can reach out personally, like if you're coming to see the show, stop and give me a chat, and I'll remember your name, and I'll hit you up when and if we need some assistance.
So Sinners, it sounds like an adult show. Who's it appropriate for?
Well, I would say PG-13, and it depends on your 13-year-old, right? It depends on your family. We do have adult situations. We do have some adult language. It's nothing that you're gonna like. It's not HBO. But it's, it is adult situations, and we are dealing with infidelity, and we are dealing with
murder,
affairs. And I didn't say murder, I said death.
Okay.
So I'm not saying not murder, I'm just saying death is the word that we're choosing to use.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I love that How Could You, Mrs. Dick, and this year's kind of fits with the October theme, though. I have to tell you, I really like that.
Well, Arts Without Borders is taking place now in October, and one person that we should mention is Gwen Mottram. Yeah. She is amazing, and she's done a really, really good job of getting the arts out and into the community. So thank you very much, Gwen. We appreciate it.
And if I could add, that includes the Arts Without Borders Fine Art Show at the museum that goes on until the 26th, and the closing reception is 1 to 3 on the 26th.
Mm-hmm. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Plug the museum.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely. Sarah, what's the cost to go to that?
It's just regular admission to enter into the museum to view the show. So I think $7.75 for adults, and the prices kind of go down from there based on age.
Okay. Now, what we went over the times. What's the cost to get in, and should you pre-buy a ticket?
It is $30 for a ticket.
Same as last year.
Same as last year. We did add Eventbrite as a ticket outlet. Originally we had, you had to come into Legacy Center to grab your ticket ahead of time, or at the door. You can still buy them at the door. You can still come into the Legacy Center now and pick up those tickets, or you can go onto Eventbrite and buy your ticket. You're just going to get charged a transaction fee from Eventbrite. That money doesn't go to us, that goes to them. $30 for an evening of entertainment is fairly cheap. It's a great show, and you'll definitely get your money's worth from it.
Dark comedy.
Dark comedy.
The best kind of comedy.
Absolutely.
After slapstick.
Yeah. And don't feel bad. Don't feel bad about laughing about these situations, right? That's part of theater as well, right? Is that catharsis that you can have. So, yeah.
Before we wrap up, does anybody want to add anything? Am I forgetting to ask anything that anybody wants to chime in with? Okay. All right. Awesome. First show, Thursday night, 7 o'clock here at the Legacy Center. And give us your best why you should come, Cornelius.
You should come because we're going to entertain you and make you laugh, and it's going to be a great experience for you.
Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Kurt. Thank you.
We'll be back with you tomorrow morning, and tomorrow morning we're going to be talking about Feastival. Feastival is one of the best events that the Lloydminster exhibition puts on each year. So we're going to find out about some local products and some local food. And we're also going to be talking to the village of Marshall about a lottery that they've put together. So we'll talk about that a little bit tomorrow morning as well. And then on Thursday, we begin our interviews with our prospective city councilors. We'll meet a couple of city councilors on Thursday morning. Thanks for checking us out today.